I went to this conference, what should I walk away with?
Well, the first thing you have to walk away is the fact that our industry has changed over the last 10 years enormously. First of all, professionalized quality. We have done so much investment in all of this that today we're asking for recognition, and we got the recognition. Today the European Commission accepts us as a partner. That's at European level. Also at national level, what we see is that a lot of our members at national associations, they are now recognized as partners. Now, what we need to do is also, we expressed that they need to have the confidence to talk to us. We have to create think tank platforms where to see where private security can contribute exactly to make society as a whole a safer place. We know that governments, they want, due to budget restraints, they have to subcontract, they have to outsource. Also, our existing clients are outsourcing a lot. And that can only be done if we deliver that quality. But delivering that quality needs that we have this relationship, this public-private partnership with the public authorities to make things happening. I believe these are some of the most important things. Also, we try to create the awareness that at European level, for us, one single point of entry is important. We cannot permanently discuss with 10 different directorates general. We need to have somebody who is really concerned explicitly with us. And that doesn't mean that we cannot, for specific topics, talk to maritime or transport or for cash and transit to internal market. That's possible, you know, but that should be in the sense of we are consulted, we are a part of working groups, but at least, you know, we as an industry are recognized. Another part is we want to stay out of the service directive for as long as we don't have a minimum of quality levels in most of the countries. For us, harmonization only can happen if there is a platform throughout all the national authorities where a minimum requirements are in place, and always upwards. We are not in favor of having downwards. We have done a lot over the last 20 years to improve quality, to have good recruitment, to have good management, to have good selection. We are now putting up standards with CEN, with the European Normalization Institute. They are voluntary, but at least we have done a lot of efforts, and we would not see this down the drain.
So my two questions on that is timeline. How long do you think you can get away with being exempt from that services directive? That's the first question.
Well, I think...
How long do you need to bring everything up to standard?
Well, we think anything around 3 to 5 years, I think. We are now setting up standards for aviation. It probably takes another 3 to 5 years to set something up for the regular guarding, for mobile. We are doing the same in maritime already. We think we can do it step by step, you know, and we have proven, at least to the Commission, that we are capable to do it together and not to do this only by some kind of decision-making process outside of the scope of the competence that we can offer to deal with the problem.
A couple of journalist questions. One is about the WikiLeaks lately, about the sensitive infrastructure, any potential targets as listed by the State Department. How much is that a concern? How much does that require more security?
I can honestly say I have no view yet on this. Of course, this is more, first of all, we're not dealing with this problem. We believe that this problem is a governmental issue to be dealt with at governmental level. So we're only the consequence if anything has to be done. And I have no clue yet where this is bringing us. On the other side, it seems to be information that was spread throughout millions of users already. So how can we be involved with this? I think we're going to see what internet, IT, but this might be a heavy burden on the development of internet for us. And I believe this is not directly our concern. I think other industries will be much more touched by that. And we try to stay out of political statements on this thing.
Of course. Because I'm not asking your opinion about the WikiLeaks themselves, but about the effect of.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing is, and I've talked about this with Hilda before too, is the perception of some people think when they think private security, they think Blackwater. How do you fight the image of some crazy guys with guns? How do you fight that image and establish the real image that you have?
I really like your question. First of all, I've expressed that during the conference. I think there is some tasks the private security should not be involved. I believe that. Whether that is a total statement of all my colleagues, but it's more a statement from the company I represent and my personal feelings. I believe some tasks we should not be involved. If we have to run the war, we have to get the tanks. That's actually what we're saying. So, first of all, it's some individual companies who are involved in that, and they're probably making good money in that. But for us, as a company, and as a statement that I would make, and a recommendation to my board in CoESS, I would say, this kind of jobs, let's stay out of this. You know, we are not military. You know, I have always been in the idea, I don't like guns. I believe guns is not our prerogative. Our prerogative is to be in the preventive side, to have good communication, to hand over the problems when they really become a problem of national interest or a problem that actually is on the repressive side. We hand it over to the police forces and to the government, and they have to make that kind of decisions. I'm not in favor of these kinds of developments. You know, I believe we have a task to do. The government has a task to do.
So you oppose privatizing a war, that you're against, but some people would criticize privatizing policing, privatizing security. But how do you make that case for the importance of private expertise in security?
I think it would be too easy to compare war and regular tasks. You know, and even there's two different things. And anyways, I'm not looking to privatize tasks, and I repeat myself, that actually should stay with the police. We also believe that there is some tasks that has to stay with the police. I've never said that I want to see my people running around with guns, with handcuffs, and arresting people. No, I believe that that is not our task. We are on the preventive side. Let's try to do that very well. Now what we saw over time is there is two components. First of all, governments have no money enough. They are in budget restraints. And on the other side, a lot of tasks today could be outsourced in the sense that they are more on the administrative and on the repressive side. And like just we are doing, they could be focused on their competence, on their core business. Like we say it in the private sector, their core business is to compete with crime, you know, and that in the scope of the framework that has been designated by the public authorities.